this video, then hey girl, you and me are one and the same. You're in a slump and you're trying to get out of it. I had all the motivation in January thinking this year is gonna be mine, I'm so gonna be that girl, and then life happened and I got really unwell. I got a cold thinking I was literally gonna be unwell for a couple of weeks, get back to my normal routine, but it turned out to be glandular fever, so this, for me, spiraled into having to take time off the passions and hobbies that I love and that keep me feeling at my best. My training, weightlifting, walks, healthy, nourishing meals because you have no energy to cook. And yeah, your bad situation just turns worse. And slowly but surely, you see your healthy lifestyle turn into the most unhealthy lifestyle, one bad habit at a time. Maybe you relate with the illness stuff, maybe you have been injured, or maybe you've just realized that you aren't feeling how you want to and you want more for yourself. I'm here to tell you it's okay, it happens, and you can 100% get yourself out of it. And the good news is you're here, so you are doing something about it. So without further ado, let's rewind back to the beginning and yeah, get out of this slump together. Step one, we have to get ourselves out of the I can't be bothered girl energy. It's not getting us anywhere, and bed rotting never makes you feel good. Of course, feel your feelings always, but this is just about breaking any negative cycles we're in or any kind of negative bad habits, because if you know anything about neuroplasticity, the brain literally rewires itself based on our actions. So every time you do a negative habit, you are locking that into your brain. So rather than slip into those low energy vibes, we've got to change our state, which is going to make this so much easier. I actually learned about changing our energy state when I joined a 6 a.m. club in university, and I'm gonna be so real, this is gonna look a little bit insane, but no matter what you think, try it. One of the easiest and my personal favorites on how to change your energy state is putting on your favorite positive, uplifted music, you know, energetic music that just relights your soul. I have the best playlist for this, by the way. And move. And before you say, Taz, I don't have the energy to do this, this is cringe, just set a 2-minute timer and do this with me. Pause the video, whatever you need to do it with me. But first, rate your energy, motivation, positivity out of 10. These 2 minutes, I literally want you to just move continuously. You can do whatever you want, but just keep moving. It can be glute bridges, star jumps, dancing, shaking, whatever you want to do. I know you probably felt ridiculous, but how do you feel now? Out of 10. Compare the difference, and if you haven't increased, I think you didn't do it right. Now that we are hopefully feeling much more capable, much more positive, it's time to give our space a glow. This is probably not the first time you've heard this, but our environment is a direct reflection of our mind. Studies have actually shown that when we have less clutter, we are less stressed, which personally I think is a little bit obvious, because not only is clutter in our physical way, it's a direct reminder of just chores and things on our to-do list, put away your clothes, clean the kitchen, hoover, that sort of thing. It's really hard to stay on top of things as an adult. You know, you'll clean your space and then within the day it might be messy again, and it can be overwhelming. So getting into a flow with these kinds of tasks is so helpful, and I cannot speak highly enough about habit stacking. So if I've done my little energy state thing, you know, gotten myself feeling a lot better, more positive, and I have my headphones on, or if I'm about to tackle these tasks, I have my headphones on, music or podcasts or a YouTube video, and something to kind of make these tasks feel less stressful, less boring, that it feels so much more fun and light. I like to think of it like a silent disco, but with chores. This is life at 25, guys. One thing about cleaning though is you will always feel better when it is done, because a tidy space, a tidy mind. Mornings matter so much more than you think. Your mornings are the first hours of your day. They set up your day, and know whether you are waking up at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m, whatever your morning hours are is irrelevant, but the first things that you do when you wake up, they are very relevant. If the first thing you do when you wake up is grab your phone, scroll, and just, you know, melt into your phone, congrats, you're human, and we all do it, including myself. But if you are noticing that it's a little bit of a gateway habit to other bad habits, then something needs to change. For example, if you're someone that scrolls and then you start consuming loads of content and you're comparing your life, your health, your body, your like how you look, and then you spend the whole day bed rotting or feeling bad about yourself, then yeah, you gotta change that routine, girl. It's not doing you any favors. I have actually tried so many morning routines, and I actually had one up on my YouTube, which
is private now, you will not be seeing it,
which was like my 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. morning routine, which it was completely honest, but at the time it was, lockdown. I had more free time. I was a student. I didn't have the stresses and worries I have now, and life just looked very different for me back then. And like most things in life, simple is just the way forwards. So my morning routine is as goes. I wake up, I turn off my alarm, I drink some water. I might say some gratitude with my water. I try to stack those together. So you're drinking water and you're thinking about all the things that you're grateful for. I have gone through morning routines where I wake up, I journal, I write things down. I love it and I do it sometimes, but it's definitely not something that I do every day, if I'm totally honest with you guys. So drinking water and adding gratitude onto that, that's perfect for me. I eat something, I of course have a coffee, and then I just take action with the next thing in my day, whether it's exercise, whether it's some chores, whatever I'm doing. And something that I never see in these like self-help videos is that it's like fluidity or change. So morning routines sometimes feel like this rock solid thing that needs to be consistent every single day and it can't ever change. But from practice, I find that having a really simple routine that I can be flexible with, that has a few staple things that I will do, is so much easier for me, so that even if I woke up late or I was doing something different in the morning, I can just adapt and not stress like, I've missed step number 47, what am I gonna do? For me, the morning is just setting up your mindset so that you can then take the day and build momentum to have a really, nice positive day. And then the key part is the action part. For me, this is usually grab my gym bag that is hopefully packed from the night before and get out of the house, go train, go for a walk with my coffee, whatever, and yeah, start the day off on a great note. Now, I know that the word exercise might make some of you want to run and hide with how you're currently feeling. Trust me, I've been there this year, but stick with me for a sec, because first off, exercise isn't just something you should be doing when you're panicked about looking good in a bikini in the final days leading up to summer. Exercise is a tool that can help you feel amazing from the inside out. And regular exercise actually boosts your mood, relieves stress, helps you sleep better, and gives you more energy to tackle whatever life throws at you. Plus, it's great for your heart, bones, and overall physical wellness, especially as a woman. Finding a love for exercise truly changed my life, and even when I have a slump and fall out of love with movement, I always find my way back with the following tips. Number 1, make it fun. If you hate running, don't force yourself to go on a run. If you love dancing, try doing a follow along YouTube dance video in the comfort of your own home and actually enjoying it. Number 2, make it social. Now, you might not like the idea of company right now, but company with a purpose can be a really lovely thing when you're not feeling your best. Try meeting up with a friend and going to a workout class. That way, you not only have an accountability partner to ensure you actually show up and leave the house, but you also get the chance to try something new. Number 3, take the pressure off. Exercise doesn't require a minimum time limit to be valid. You can simply set a 5-minute timer and move and still get the same benefits that I mentioned earlier, especially when doing this gives you the chance to be proud of yourself, celebrate that small win, and then progressively build momentum to get yourself into doing bigger chunks of exercise. And last but not least, reward yourself. Give yourself a little reward for showing up for you in those challenging times, such as a delicious smoothie after a class, or maybe going the extra mile and actually giving yourself a really bougie, relaxing bath, or maybe you spend a little bit of money on yourself and get yourself a new workout outfit. Not only is this a reward, but it can also be a little bit of an incentive to do more exercise. Remember, the most important thing is that you listen to your body and just have fun. Exercise should be something you look forward to and not dread, especially now. So get moving, feel good, and enjoy the amazing benefits of staying active. Now, I don't know about you, but when I feel rough on the inside, pampering the outside just makes me feel so much better and just more like myself. Maybe it's a hot shower, or putting on a face mask, or doing an extra hair treatment just because I can, like I have the time. These little acts of self-care in the usually normal week can make all the difference in staying in bedrock mode or making the most of your day. And despite giving you that immediate sense of calm, of tranquility, of, luxury, it also subconsciously tells yourself that you are worth the time, energy, money, investment in feeling your best, because I truly think the people that glow from the outside are those people that glow from the inside, because they take care of themselves, they refill their cup, and they find time in their busy schedule to look after themselves. And those small little acts really do make a difference. But do remember that self-care isn't always, a face mask or a massage. It's anything really that helps you refill your precious energy cup, which sometimes means doing things that don't really feel easy at the time but are really worth it in the long run, such as trying your best to break the habit of scrolling 10 minutes before bed and instead replacing it with 10 minutes of journaling and working through those thoughts. In my opinion, journaling is one of the best tools that I ever introduced into my life to work through my internal thoughts and feelings. It can feel really tricky to start, but literally one Google search on Pinterest of journal prompts and you will be flooded with inspiration and starting points. And if you get really stuck, one of my favorite ways to journal is called the 3-page method. I started this early this year where I had just learnt it, so it was new to me as well. And you just put pen to paper for 3 solid pages. So I like to just use a little A5 book so it's not too overwhelming, but I just brain dump and it just helps me get out all my thoughts and feelings. You literally just give yourself the rule of not stopping, and sometimes I will write something down that I did not even realize was like in my brain. Last thing in the evening is probably when I would recommend doing journaling, just because for me, I have a racing brain and I would put my head on the pillow and be thinking about my day, thinking about tomorrow, thinking about my to-do list. I can get it all down onto paper and then have the best night's sleep of my life, because I just feel like I've had this mental load taken off me and I can simply relax and rest. So the next time you feel down, remember that self-care is not selfish and it's not a time waste. It's a necessary act of self-love and sometimes self-preservation. Typical symptoms of a slump can just be a complete loss of drive and purpose. The life you used to love just feels meh, you're not finding as much enjoyment in things that you used to, and the goals that you had previously maybe just don't feel realistic anymore. I mean, this can be because you've either outgrown them, you changed the person, or simply it's because you left it too long and that fire of self-belief has gone out. So you guessed it, the way we're going to combat that is setting goals again and creating a realistic action plan that is going to help relight that fire in your stomach for I can do this, I'm capable. This part of my post-slump protocol is all about re-inspiring yourself, re-motivating yourself, and in a way like relearning what actually makes you excited, what is driving you, and however you want to make a visual representation of this, whether it's a physical vision board, whether it's a digital vision board. I swear I've dropped Pinterest in this video like a million times, or you can simply write your goals down somewhere where you're gonna see them daily. Maybe it's, I don't know, on your fridge, maybe it's in a journal you keep by your bed, maybe you wanna put them on a whiteboard somewhere so you see them daily, and then write a plan. Make it simple, make it snappy, little things that you can do each day that are gonna help you work towards that goal, because no goal is unachievable. You can absolutely achieve anything you put your mind to. Post-slump, you don't have to go 0 to 100, but for me, I find that what makes me tick best is having that direction, having that purpose, and knowing the small steps that I can do daily to get myself feeling like I'm moving forwards. So maybe it is to eat more healthily. Okay, that's a great goal, and you can visualize that on your vision board with healthy photos of nutritious meals and foods, but how is that actually going to translate into your daily actions? So it could be setting a fruit and veg intake goal. It could be every meal I have is going to include a fruit or a vegetable. Those kinds of things. Make it something that is a habit and a little tick list that you can do every day, every week. That is what's going to help you push forward and make having goals in your life enjoyable again, because no person doesn't love to tick off a to-do list and just feel like, I did that. Delete Uber Eats, because we are taking charge of our nutrition. When we feel slumpy, a huge shift can happen in our nutrition where we haven't got the energy, whether it's mental, whether it's physical. And so our diet can suffer. We can eat less whole fruits and vegetables, less whole foods, and we crave more of the sugary, salt, fatty foods simply because you are human and they're satisfying. They taste great. And sometimes when you are feeling like dopamine is a foreign concept, those foods release a ton of dopamine and make you feel amazing. But long term, eating only those foods, you're not going to feel amazing. It's really normal when you don't feel great for your appetite to change or your preferences to change. And like I said, less nutritious food can just be super, super comforting. But any diet lacking in nutrients can just have us feeling groggy, lethargic, and can wreak havoc on the natural rhythm and balance of our body. I'm literally filming the part about deleting Uber Eats and eating healthy. That's really funny. So anyway, moving on. If you are feeling like you're ready to turn things around, take charge of your nutrition again, and maybe set some mini goals, because you should know by now how motivating having a couple little mini goals are. I already sort of explained one about the fruits and vegetable intake. When I'm coming out of a slump, sometimes I just love making things really easy and simple, such as making balanced meals and setting myself a little routine eating schedule, making sure that I'm getting 3 full meals, maybe a snack in there, and making sure that they have proteins, carbs, fats, and some kind of fiber or color to make sure that they are really filling wholesome meals. And if I am craving, those chocolates, crisps, salty, sweetie, you're never going to need to cut those out completely, but reducing can sometimes also be challenging. So I will always have those foods with what I want, but add something that I need. So maybe it's having chocolate, but having it with a piece of fruit, or maybe it's having some crisps, but having it on the side of my lunch. And that way my brain is always focusing on what I can add, or how can I make this more filling or more enjoyable, but make it easier to choose the healthier option. Stock the fridge full of fresh fruits, vegetables, meals, meal preps, find some 15-minute cooking meals that are easy, buy microwavable stuff, buy prep stuff, buy frozen stuff, buy canned things. Convenience doesn't have to mean unhealthy. I saw a quote online that is so perfect for this, that you don't get points for suffering. So frozen veg girl over here, love it. But like I said, push through, because it's going to make you feel and perform your best. We see so much online about switching off, setting boundaries, but if you're anything like me, it's so much easier said than actually done. For example, making more of an effort to be on social media less, making more of an effort to not be as plugged in, making an effort to not overwork. It can be really challenging to just find that balance. It's not always a quick fix, but setting these boundaries makes a world of difference. Scheduling in social events after work hours or physical locks on screen time can help prevent the ease of just losing yourself in your phone. And with that time that you get back, make it a priority to switch off and to allocate time to doing nothing and spending time just enjoying life. I know right now it can feel like, but Tabs, I've been in a slump for however long, I don't need more rest, I'm done resting, I feel so lazy. But if you combat how you're feeling now with this influx of extreme productivity, it's gonna end how it usually ends, which is just burning out, and the cycle repeats itself. So instead, find a few ways that you can set boundaries in your own life to help switch off and reclaim some time. Whether it's something in your day like a 5-minute meditation when you wake up. I love guided ones, otherwise yeah, I'm not meditating. Or switching off at a certain time in the evening and putting in some time to watch maybe your favorite program. Yes, watching TV is allowed as downtime. Or maybe something more fun, like going on a weekly date night with your partner or your best friend. Or maybe having a self-care evening with yourself on one of the evenings in your week. So in conclusion, taking regular rests is productive. Don't let it take you as long as it took me to work that out. Remember when you were younger and the world was so carefree and calm? Remember how much time you spent outside in nature, playing with friends, playing with dirt, just anything and nothing at the same time? Probably a lot more than you do now. And you probably spend more time looking at nature through a phone than you do in real life. Changing that will change your life. Being outside is calming for our nervous system, it grounds our mental health, and it actually improves your gut health, because you are quite literally responding with your environment, and your gut is having a conversation with the environments you put it in. And like I said earlier, when you're in a slump, any movement is great movement. So go for walks, go for bike rides, or maybe even try something completely fun, maybe a netball group that works out outside. And the best part is, so much of being outside is completely free. Thank you so much for if you watched this video. It did take me a month to edit because girl is rusty, and also girl is over proud and wanted to add in little bits of edits that I have no idea how to do, and it's all really new to me, but I'm really excited for a huge steep learning curve. And again, I hope that this video has just really lit that fire in your belly for progress and feeling your best and just getting back to your normal healthy routine, because if you're like me, you know that that baseline just makes you feel amazing. And I don't know if you can hear my voice, I did get another little bout of illness, just got a little cold, but it took me literally a day to get myself back together rather than the months it took me to do that earlier this year. So be kind to yourself. Even if this process takes a good few months, you will get better at bouncing back every time that life kind of, throws you through a loop. And yeah, like it says on my vision board, talk a little bit nicer to yourself today. Thanks so much, guys. Speak to you soon.